Yes, Charleston White is correct. I'm a rapper, not a dealer.
Everybody's seen it before you seen it. It used to be on the news. I keep telling y'all, I made the news before. All what y'all doing, people I already seen.
Look, you shot.
What did he do?
Started laughing.
That nigga said we saw the Snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just cause you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing.
50 Cent ain't ever been shy about speaking his mind, and now he's coming straight for Charleston White. A resurfaced clip just blew up online, showing White snitching on one of his own boys back in the day. And the internet is going wild over it.
I handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled off and the hammer back on the gun.
The old footage straight up shows him tossing his own crew under the bus. It wasn't just some petty stuff either. His words had serious consequences. Now 50's jumping into the drama, and he's not holding back either. But Charleston, he's out here brushing it off like it's nothing. He's cracking up, standing on what he said, and even firing back at the folks calling him out. So what's the real deal here? Did Charleston actually rat someone out? And what exactly is 50 Cent saying about it all? Let's break it down. Turns out Charleston got dragged back into controversy after an old news video from when he was just 16 started making rounds online. In the clip, a teenage White is seen testifying in court, and he's naming names. He talked about how his friend, Antoine Doolittle, went too far when they got caught trying to swipe coats and hats from a department store.
Doolittle is accused of down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and two other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991.
When Michael approached the two, they threw the clothes out of the window. However, in a shocking turn of events, Doolittle escalated the situation by taking out his pow-pow and taking out Michael.
Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked away.
Michael Levy, who worked there, tried to stop them, but instead of backing off, they tossed the clothes out the window. That's when things took a wild turn.
My Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe, but I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took that away.
Doolittle allegedly pulled out a weapon and took out Michael right there in 1991. Charleston wasn't just some random bystander. He played a role, and when it came time to talk, he took that stand and dropped the hammer on his own friend. He didn't hold back either, breaking down the convo they had right after everything went down. Here's the wild part. Charleston was the one who handed Antoine Doolittle the pow-pow.
Victim, which was a Caucasian man by the name of Michael Levy. I was sentenced to 12 years under Texas juvenile determined sentencing law. My 3 co-defendants, all of them was tried as adults. They were 15 and older. I was 14. So I went into a boys' home that was co-ed with boys and girls. So I spent my entire teenage life from 14 to 21 in the boys' home. When I got out at 21, my record was sealed. So there's no record of me ever being in trouble for.
Yeah, Doolittle pulled the trigger, but Charleston was involved, and he even laughed about it later like it was some kind of joke. He said, "Look, shot," like it was nothing. Meanwhile, the real tragedy hit home hard. Michael Levy lost his life, and his wife was left shattered. They had only been married for 4 days. Just 4 days. She thought she had a whole future ahead with him, and that future got snatched away in seconds.
We saw the Snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just cause you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing.
But Charleston didn't stop with Doolittle. Nope. He testified against 3 of his friends. That courtroom testimony helped seal their fates.
You think they're gonna stop booking me? You think they're gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? No. You still gonna be poor, and I'm still gonna be rich and famous.
In the end, White got hit with 12 years for his part in the whole mess. But get this. Even though he did time, he still caught a lucky break. His record? Sealed. So when he got out, it was like he had a clean slate, while the others were left to deal with the full weight of the fallout. As expected, the internet lit up once that old clip of Charleston hit the timeline, and folks wasted no time labeling him a snitch.
So what? Why you think I told? I don't give a damn. I ain't friends with nobody.
I hope it is. I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it.
The video went viral fast and social media was coming for his neck. But Charleston? Not bothered one bit. He jumped online with his reaction and looked like he was chillin'. No stress, no regrets, and just laughs. He straight up clowned his critics, saying this whole uproar wasn't about to mess with his career. He even joked that he'd probably be cracking jokes about the whole thing on stage soon.
I don't recommend doing 20 years for nobody. I don't recommend doing a life sentence for nobody. It's no honor amongst thieves. So why do I have to be honorable amongst thieves? Why? We all criminals and crooks.
Charleston wasn't backing down either. He made it clear. He meant what he did. He said he had no friends, and if it all happened again, he'd do the exact same thing.
Oh, y'all. I'm the one that put the feds on Brick Baby. I keep telling you, y'all niggas think I be playing.
I ain't friends with nobody, he said, doubling down like it was nothing. Honestly, the way he handled this backlash shouldn't surprise anybody. Charleston's been loud and clear for a while now. He's not about that street code life. He's not trying to keep quiet out of loyalty or some unspoken rule. His goal? To flip the game and change how people think, even if that means snitching on the folks closest to him. He even said he's not down with doing time for somebody just because they were boys. That whole idea doesn't sit right with him, and he's standing on it.
Got here in Houston, man. And I got a dime on Charleston White head.
I made a federal report. First, I called Houston and made the report to Houston, but I did this through my law enforcement.
We all criminals and crooks, Charleston said in another wild interview. But then he switched it up real quick. I'm a citizen now. I'm a police ninja, he claimed. And he wasn't playing. He said he votes, works elections, and even joked about being the last one turning in ballots on election day.
Boosie, I'm gonna put your mother ass in jail. Boy, you making threats to the promoter? I got a recorded phone conversation with witnesses on the phone saying the promoter is scared for his life, that he got to live in Baton Rouge, that Boosie go send them people to get you. He said he can't have the show because Boosie goes, I said, nigga, I just hired the police. The promoter scary ass nigga. Yeah, nigga, Boosie is a hoe. And I bet he don't want to get in that boxing right.
You damn right, I'm a police ninja, he said proudly. I'm grown. I'm 40. I can't be sitting in jail at 50 for nothing. And he meant every word. He straight up admitted he'd snitch on anybody if it kept him out of jail. And he ain't hiding it. That's the code he lives by, and he ain't budging. Lately, rumors have been flying that Charleston might have been the reason Brick Baby got scooped up by the feds. Most people would deny it or play innocent, but not Charleston. He hopped online and bragged about it. Turns out, Brick Baby made himself a target when he filmed a video in Houston flashing cash and talking crazy, even saying something about putting a hit on Charleston.
I'm not breaking the law. I'm not trying to get out of no trouble. That's what a snitch do. A snitch is telling to wiggle out of something. I'm just telling.
But Charleston wasn't going to let that slide. The second that video dropped, he called the feds and put them on alert. He even claimed he's got people in law enforcement he can reach out to anytime. And that ain't all. Last year, the internet caught wind of Charleston supposedly calling the cops on Boozy Badaz. Word is, Boozy threatened a Memphis show promoter who had booked Charleston, and Charleston wasn't about to let that go unchecked. He never confirmed if he actually called the cops on Boozy, but the moment it hit social media, fans were quick to call him a rat.
Black kids don't have no protection. You don't even have nobody standing in the gap for them and God. They just on their own.
Finding their way out.
Homie, listen. They have to go to jail and they have to die because it ain't nothing God can do with them. Why you think it's so many young people dying today? We ain't never seen this before. We ain't never seen young. They have to because it ain't nothing God can do with these hearts of young people because of the fruit that they come from. The seed and the fruit is all the same. Sit your up down. Some of these little ain't never had a hug from Big Mama. They grandmama said, I'm too young to be a goddamn grandmama. Call me mama. Don't call me grandmama. Grandmama don't even want to be young. Don't even want to be called grandmama.
Not real.
So you can't just go up and lay your head on the chip. Boy, what the f you want? Boy, I'm ticket you got kid. I'll be having your mama come get you. They being rejected like straight off. Get away from her. Get. Nobody's hugging and nurturing and breathing life into these little black motherfuckers.
Still, Charleston didn't flinch. He's always said he's not here to protect street codes. He's here to protect himself. The internet ain't letting Charleston off the hook just yet, and there's a major reason for that. See, he's been running around saying he's not a rat, but people are calling cap on that real quick. The receipts say otherwise, and now folks are dragging him as a full-blown hypocrite. But Charleston, he's got a clapback ready for all of them.
Teach and train young boys what snitching is, what telling is, and I want to create a Boy Scout organization. These start telling in school. They the who raise their hand and say, teacher, can I take names, and tell you who talking when you leave the class. They the ones in the hallway writing down names in middle school, dropping notes to the principal, to the kids with the bloodshot red eyes that look like they on pills. So they can be law-abiding citizens and great neighborhood watch crime people. We need to train this. We train and gangsters. So we need to train some confident, snitching, tattle-telling young man that ain't scared to tell on now, motherfucker, and teach them how to fight too. So if you fuck with them by telling, they'll kick your ass. Yeah, we need some strong snitches.
According to him, what separates him from a rat is his motive. He says he doesn't snitch for money, revenge, or clout. That's why he doesn't see himself as one. So what's his reason? Charleston claims it's all part of a bigger mission. He wants to change the community. And honestly, it doesn't look like he's just saying it for show. After he got out, he made it a point to give back. He's been out here speaking to at-risk youth, pulling up at schools, juvenile centers, and community events, breaking down his story to keep the next generation from going down that same dark path. But he didn't stop there. He helped launch a program called Hype, where he mentors and guides kids, especially the ones teetering on the edge of gang life or serious trouble. He's even mentioned the idea of starting a snitching program just to help kids escape dangerous situations and turn their lives around. Still, not everyone's buying into his message. Some people just can't get past his methods, and Charleston's got a long road ahead when it comes to getting folks to see where he's really coming from. Take Gilly the Kid, for example. He had a lot to say about Charleston trying to justify snitching on his old friend.
Hold on, I'm finna call my son. You got to go to the graveyard to see your son. say, look, this is what my kids give me for Father's Day. Gilly, say Gilly, cash money backup single. Say, cash money backup single. I'm sorry, backup.
Gilly went off on X, writing, "Can't beef with no dude that's been ratting since the 90s. He a throwback rat." And let's be real, Gilly's got deep beef with Charleston over this whole snitching thing. But Charleston wasn't about to stay quiet. He snapped back on Instagram, writing, "I see Gilly the King got smoke in his chest," after Gilly sent him a DM calling him a rat. Then Charleston really went too far. He clapped back with a post saying, "May his son rest in peace and the killer be forgiven by God and live a long life of redemption. Remember how your son died?" That message was aimed at Gilly and came from the author profile of Charleston's children's book, I Am Woke Seed. But he didn't stop there. He dropped a video along with the caption, "You still talking street after they unalived Junior? I'm disappointed in you, sir." And in that video, Charleston crossed every line imaginable. He mocked the death of Gilly's son with no remorse, saying, "You got a dead son and you talking about snitching? Pow! That dude shot your son in the head, boy. Unalive. Pow! Young Gil got shot." Then he mimicked Gilly and Wallow grieving, saying, "You and Wallow was crying, 'Oh, my son got killed.'" It was beyond disrespectful, and people couldn't believe Charleston went there. It was raw, ruthless, and full of pain. And he still didn't back down one bit. "You was crying? Now you talking about snitching? You right, I'm a law-abiding citizen. That's why your son got unalived." That's what Charleston said, out loud, with zero filter. Let's be real, the fact that Charleston snapped this hard just because Gilly called him a rat? It definitely hit a nerve. He acts like it doesn't bother him, but the way he spiraled says otherwise. And as for 50 Cent, you already know he's got zero sympathy for snitches. He's made that crystal clear over the years. Just look at how 50's been going at Big Meech lately. From calling him a rat to roasting him nonstop, he's been going all in. No filter, no mercy.
50 bullying Meech because Meech ain't no internet nigga. 50 is an internet nigga. One thing I know about street niggas, they ain't finna play with that title.
And with 50 trending heavy, Charleston couldn't resist jumping into the mix either. He pulled up to the Danza Project and gave his take on the whole situation. According to Charleston, the beef between 50 and Big Meech doesn't even make sense. He said they don't have the same skill set. And because of that, he called 50 a straight-up bully. So how did 50 respond to Charleston coming for him? Shockingly, he didn't go savage this time. Instead of clapping back, 50 posted a promo for his new show on Instagram and seemed to agree with what Charleston said. Yeah, for once, no back-and-forth drama.
Let me not be disrespectful, let me be an antagonist, or that woman, God bless Michael Levy's soul and condolences his entire family as well. They going through with this loss, but you still on the internet clowning, bragging about you killed white man before.
Looks like Charleston dodged a bullet, for now. 50's too busy roasting someone else to care. But make no mistake, Charleston's still out here ruffling feathers left and right, keeping his reputation as the king of online chaos. And the internet. They're watching everything, and they're not cutting him any slack. Just because Charleston says he's out here trying to spark change doesn't mean he's apologizing for the way he moves. Not even close. He's still wildin', loud, and unapologetic. But what do you think? Is Charleston White truly out to help the community? Or is he just stirring up drama for attention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss a thing. Catch you on the next one.